Show podcast. The daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. Get a little poofy on top. I gotta get another haircut. Holy cow, I just noticed it's like my face is looking fatter than fuck. I'm all puffy and swollen. I look like I'm, like my liver's failing. It's gotten to a point where people are like, are you drinking again? You look all fucked up. Oh, no fucking shit. No, I'm not drinking. Are you kidding me? I'm healthy as I've ever been. I'm just fat. I'm just a fat ass. Holy shit. I got to do something, man. It's so much fun to eat. Yesterday I did the HelloFresh thing. You know, they're a sponsor of the show, and I made this beef flautas, which is, I guess, mini burrito. And, the recipe made 10 of them. I ate 6. Getting a lot of comments. Eric, no one's looking at you. They're looking at Darla. She looks like a bobblehead. Oh, no, she's like, all right, that's enough. You've seen enough. It's time to go to bed. We may be able to get through the show without a Darla interruption. And that's because minutes before she said, hey, I got to go pee now. She would pee and then poop twice. Are you kidding me? Fantastic. So we're off and running on this, the 24th of May. Your old pal EZ, busy as a bee, preparing for time away. You must work ahead. Thursday, Friday, Monday, not the best of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Those are all in the can, ready to go, scheduled. They drop at midnight on their respective days. Patreon also is the day where you have 3 episodes of something to listen to while I'm away. Those are fun. Those are fun shows. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, sign up so you can hear these. One of the many reasons to listen, to check out and listen to Patreon. By the way, the Patreon platform just informed me that very soon I'll be able to offer free trials, which is, I've tried to do that by posting material from Patreon as a little abbreviated version of it. I call them free views, which I'll still do that. But Patreon's evolving their platform. So that's kind of cool. All right. So in addition to that, by the way, I should probably point this out. This is a perfect example of one of the things that drives me crazy. Hey, Darla, she's cute. That's great. I love that. Hey, all right, let's start the show. And right away, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say for someone to write, oh, shit. Show slob Amanda. Here we are. We're doing the show. We're talking happy, fun things. And this fucking idiot writes, I didn't realize today's the anniversary of Uvalde. What the fuck? First of all, I'm not talking about that. Second of all, what? Why do you do that? Why do you okay, hey, by the way, hey guys, I know Eric's doing a show. And it's only you now. You're the only one. Kenny doesn't even do that anymore. He's put that in the rear view mirror. You're the only one who no one. You know why these other people don't do that? They aren't stupid. She says, I thought I was going to get in trouble for giving away a story he was going to do. No, you're just in trouble because you're talking. That's all. That's why you're in trouble. Shut up. No one gives no one Do the Amanda Show. I've told you this. Do your own podcast. Don't use my podcast to do a podcast. Yeah, do that. Get ready for work and enjoy the show. Just enjoy it. Who the fuck wakes up, joins a podcast? I'm talking about puppy dogs and silliness, and this fucking idiot writes, "Hey guys, guess what? I can't fucking discern from what I should keep into my head and what I should blurt out. So here you go. Guess what? A bunch of kids were massacred today." What a dipshit! Who the fuck does that? Oh my God! Shit! How are you so incapable of reining it in? How? Oh my God! Holy shit! What were you all thinking? Everyone but Amanda. What were you all thinking when she dropped, "Hey guys, I didn't realize today's the anniversary of all those kids being obliterated by that gunman"? Ha! What? If you're enjoying the show, did any of you go, "Uh-oh"? Or did you go, Maureen writes, "I thought she's fucked"? Yeah. You are the only one. The only one. Look at all these other nice people. And then Smith, J132, I think is new, says, "Yep. I think I saw you on the Reddit. I saw you there. You use that same, what do you call it? Handle there. Welcome." Josh says, "I assumed Uvalde was some kind of sex toy or it was a typo and ignored it." Yeah, I try to go out of my way to ignore most. All right. But sometimes it's like, oh, this is so perfect. This is going to result in a wonderful beat up, which is going to be entertainment. Aram says, "I didn't know what was happening." Oh my God. Yeah, you gotta, when you are in a room, all right, and you're surrounded by stimulus, you need to understand that what's in that room is for your eyes and your brain only. We don't need to tap into what's going on. Hey, guess what, guys? Today's the anniversary of this horrible incident. I mean, what the fuck? Because, sometimes, Aram writes, "I do hope Amanda doesn't stop the interruption zone." Yeah, because then you get this shit. I know what entertains you, Aram. I know. Amanda says, "What do you mean all the stimulus? I'm here by myself with a bunch of animals." I don't know. Well, how the fuck? Well, then, what would make you want to do that? Hey, guys, I want to chit-chat about the murder of all these kids. That's some light talk. Some light talk, classic rock. Classic talk, light rock, whatever the fuck it was. Kenny says it's just nice not being on the business end of a beat-up. Kenny hasn't been on the business end of a beat-up in a long time. Amanda says, "I was watching 2020. Linda says, "At least we got an epic rant to tide us for the next 5 days." I think if you were to look at the number of people, like the rant tote board, I think she has to lead it. I think because I've ranted against several people over the years. I've ranted against Kenny and I've ranted against Amanda. I take it back. I can't think of any other people I've ranted against. but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it seems like it's been a recurring theme for several rants in a row. Oh, fuck. All right. I got a lot to get to. Enough of that. Aram says Kenny still receives shrapnel from beat-ups that don't involve him. Oh, by the way, just a side note. I have gotten my rants sponsored. Yes, this is brand new. Hang on, I'm not prepared. Special thanks to my brand new sponsor. All rants are brought to you by. Hang on, not here. Fuck. Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic, serving the Nashville community. Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic at 615-669-8881 or online at zspeedmobilemechanic.com. Mobile diagnosis and service, cars, trucks, SUVs, all at Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. He just motherfucked me. I just get motherfucked. Thank you to show member Adam for the wonderful idea about me reaching out to Z-Speed and getting them as a paying sponsor on the podcast. If you're in and around Nashville, Tennessee, and your car breaks down, you call Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. They'll help you in a jiff. Make sure that all your problems are taken care of. 5-star review. Look at reviews right here. What are people saying on Google? What are people saying on Yelp about Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic? I don't know. Seems to be hiccuping here. Well, anyway. View more on Yelp. Look at 2 reviews. This person says, I would highly recommend this business. They are awesome and, more importantly, honest. Since they are so good, they are very busy, so an appointment is recommended. I can't believe the customer care I just got here. I felt like they really cared about me and my concerns. John took the was that the name of the guy who talked to you, Kenny, when you got great service? John? All sorts of great reviews from people in and around on Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. Number 1 mobile mechanic in the Nashville, Tennessee area. Important to point out, if you're outside of their service range, they'll tell you right away. Thank you. All right. That is young Adam Schwab did not tip me off about that. It was Adam Balboa. His idea about reaching out to Z-Speed and make them a number 1 level paying sponsor of the show. Kenny writes, I fucking hate you right now. He hates me. Oh, that is good. Holy shit. All right. I didn't plan on any of that shit. I'm actually very happy that it happened. I think there's method to the madness of Amanda. I think Amanda wakes up and she says, I think I am intentionally going to set this old fuck off. This fat-faced cock by just dropping this little morsel of info about Uvalde 1 year ago. It pissed me off so bad that I don't even have sympathy for Uvalde family members now. I'm totally kidding. I can't even get behind that joke. That was so bad, you made me support the gunman. Come on, I'm kidding, for fuck's sake. Jesus, shut up. I have something I want to share with you. Thank you to Ken. Not Kenny, just Ken. For helping with the artwork. For Who Are These Free Beers? There you go. That is the logo for the show that is going to be recorded today, in fact. I think I want to... I have a clip that I want to share with you. Just kind of like a preview of Who Are These Free Beers? Because everybody's getting the idea that it's just going to be me saying terrible things about these people. No, it's a review show. It's not that at all. Let me see here. Clip number 6. Now, this will be more fun when Ben's here. I'll just say that. But this has been something that has been on people's mind. And because I'm looking at this as almost like I'm the program director reviewing the show and the problems with the show. Okay? It is not a hate fest. It's basically playing the show and critiquing it, which is what we do on Who Are These Zanes. But actually, what I do to myself will be a hell of a lot more mean than what I do, than what we will do on Who Are These Free Beers. Now, just so you know, Who Are These Free Beers and Who Are These Zanes those shows are recording today, and then Who Are These? I should say the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast starts at 7 p.m. All right. So what happens today on Who Are These Free Beers and Who Are These Zanes? That's all recorded. You won't see that like live. Now, eventually, these might become live shows, but I'm not quite there just yet. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, when it comes to the Who Are These Free Beers show, as almost like a preview, there was a segment that we're going to feature where they were having like a therapy session on segment 17. That is the extra segment that they say is like, all right, we don't have the FCC holding us down. We're going to say whatever the fuck we want. And, well, in this particular instance, they were frustrated, I guess, with like what audience members had been saying about them recently or something like that. And they were kind of like getting a lot of stuff off of their chest. So there was a lot of discussion like that. But in it, Greg was talking about how two things really upset him. And I don't remember what the first one was off the top of my head. But one of the second thing was how people get mad at him when the show like takes a segment that they play late in the day and they play then early in the day the next day. All right. So audio check. Here you go. This is how that sounded.
Now, that's what we do, like with Dumber Than the Show trivia. We play that once the next day. But if we did it with the way we wanted to, it would...
No, the way that they wanted.
With the way they wanted
to. Yeah.
Like when we were doing What Hot Wings Thinks, they would have...
When he says the way they wanted to, he's referring to consultants and coaches in the radio industry, which they utilize a coach. Wanting them to do things where they recycle the segments.
Now, that's what we do, like with Dumber Than the Show trivia. We play that once the next day. But if we did it with the way we wanted to, it would...
No, the way that they want it.
With the way they wanted
to. Yeah.
Like when we were doing What Hot Wings Thinks, they would have had us do that live at 9:30 and then replay it the next day at 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30.
Yeah, every hour. Because the theory is that, most people don't listen for more than like 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay. So now I have heard about recycling segments. And we used to recycle segments too. In fact, I've got a little bit more on that. A little bit more background. Hang on. What the fuck am I doing? Apparently, nothing right, for fuck's sake. Oh, well. Anyway, they talk about recycling bits. And now we've never done that. We would only recycle a bit if it was like fantastic. And we would do it once. So if we interviewed Bill Clinton on Monday at 9:30 and he said, "I love to slay tons of pussy," we then would play it back the next day. And occasionally we get a third playing of it because of the magnitude. Because if you can take a bit and not only would it be being played for another audience, but it was so good that people who heard it the first and or second times would love to hear it the third time because Bill Clinton is talking about how he loves to slay pussy. Now, it's got to be that big of a bit to get a third play. And it better be really good to get a second play. The problem with the Dumber Than the Show segment, which they do every day of the week, is that it doesn't warrant a replay. It's not that good. They're taking out the one factor that changes everything: quality. You add to the mix, again, they play the game 5 days a week now, which has blown to bits the special nature of what we used to do. I don't know who the asshole was who thought that was a good idea. So there's nothing special about it. People used to look forward to the segment because it happened once a week. Now it happens every day. And then they take it, and no matter what happens, whether it's anticlimactic, which it usually is, they then put it and replay it the next day. Very rarely does anything that happens on the show that is just so damn good it needs to be heard again. They have changed the parameters of the replay. I know that because we invented them for ourselves. If it warrants a replay because it's so good, again, so that the new people who haven't heard it can enjoy it, and people who have heard it would love to hear it again because it was so good. The quality's gone. They're just filling time, which is the kiss of death. I don't understand why you would do that. I would immediately, if it were me, if I were running the show after all of the change and all the shit, I'd take a month off and reboot. Everything is new. Everything. Just to liven it up. You got to do something different. They're doing the same bits when I was on there. The same bits, the same drops. Everything needs a new coat of paint. Does it mean it's completely fucked? Of course not. They have the ability and the skill to turn it around. But one of the reasons why I'm doing Who Are These Free Beers is because of the lackluster nature of the show and because of what is being called for by audience members of their own show. We're so fed up with the show. I'm like, oh my God. They have 12 segments for new material every day. 12. Actually 13, counting the local segment. But not everybody hears that. So I'm just going to count 12 on the network. Two are trivia. 3 are around the room, where they just go around and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I like cabbage. I mean, it's like that desolate of actual interesting discussion. But the I like cabbage moment turns out to be a very long story. And it usually ends with about a couple seconds of silence where everybody's looking at each other like, I don't know, is he done? Oh, it's my turn now. And then the next person says something that's 9 times out of 10 just doesn't really offer anything. That's 5 segments of 12. With great regularity, they'll do a segment called People Need Advice. Now, these are things ripped right off of Reddit. And they just read them. And then they comment on these things. Feels like cheating. I don't know. That's 7 segments. 2 to 3 times a show, they'll do something that I always hated the name of it, called the Free Beer and Hot Wings Report. And what you do there is they have a prep service called The Complete Sheet, which features delicious audio. That's what it's called. I'll even show you. This is the Complete Sheet. You log in, and then it's like 40 pages of things that they publish and you pay for as a morning show. And then you click on Delicious Audio. And look, over 1,200 stations use Delicious Audio across 31 formats and 7 countries. So everybody uses the same prep. Everybody reads the same stories. That's it. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 segments. That gives you 3 segments to sprinkle in, I don't know, something that's going on in your life. No, you already did that and around the room. I like cabbage. It's fucking horrible. Reboot. On their local segments, when they talk to just the Grand Rapids audience, when we started those, that was intended to be to make good to the local station GRD the fact that we were catering to a national audience most of the time and not locally. And that was an agreement with GRD to talk about Ottawa County, to talk about the cop who shot the guy in the back of the head, to have fun locally, to do stunts, to do things out on the street. And we did. We would go from 10 to 11 regularly. Now they turn on the mic and they go, all right, let's give away a lottery ticket. Caller 7. Thank you. Have a good day. And then that's it. That's all they do. It's so fucking lazy. And there right now is more things going on where I live than I've ever witnessed in the entire time that I've ever spoken into a microphone. I could do a podcast alone by myself for a national audience or a worldwide audience on this podcast about only the things going on where I live. Imagine that. And they're giving away lottery tickets. And then the segment 17 is 20 minutes of, I don't know, it's weird. They think they're insulated, so Greg's more likely to be a little bit more flippant about things going on in his life, people who aren't making him happy. But it's fucking awkward. And then the last 10 minutes of it, they do this horrendous bit called Facts. And these people have convinced themselves. It's really kind of, in my opinion, shameful that Greg and Chris in particular have convinced the other people that are there that this is what's good. They know what's good. And I cannot believe that they've settled to do this type of drivel. It's that bad. Holy shit. So recently on Who Are These Podcasts, I featured those idiots and killed them. That's where I came up with the clips that I feature here all the time. The Kelly Cheese ringtone. And then the Kelly R.
Cars. Christmas, incredible. New York, come to Oregon. Come here. Temperature, algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
Still don't know what's going on there. I had Maureen's sister is a speech expert. She goes, I've never seen that ever.
Yeah.
Then the don't forget the laugh war. Smith J132, who says he needs to change his username, says, "Oh my God, I have never heard that, and you absolutely need a trigger warning." Incoming!
Steve, what did you learn?
I learned, free beer, that you come from a long line of handsy dicks.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you
All right, that's enough. Corey says this, the Kelly stuff I wouldn't do. She's the only interesting person left. No, I'm picking on her, but you're right. I think she's brilliant. You know, I've said this before. She went 1 year ago when I made the prediction that Joe was going to be fired, and I was correct. Well, I take it back. He resigned. Ryan doesn't care for her. He says, I wouldn't say brilliant at all. I think she's easily could be. She should be actually running a show. I think she's settling by being a sidekick. All right. She should be the big swinging dick driving the bus. But because the nature of that industry, it's very, very difficult for that to happen. But I've heard her. I know what she's capable of. And she's underutilized, in my opinion. It doesn't matter if you love or hate. The reason why I know she is a bona fide winner is because of the genuine heat she gets from audience members. That I've lived it. I've seen it. It's beautiful. If you can say something, doesn't matter what it is, and you cause people to say, I hate you, you're doing it. You've done it. You've already done it. If they're going to take the time to say they hate you, that means there are just as many people who love you. but they're too scared to say anything because of all the loudmouth negative assholes. So my advice to you, I don't know you, but maybe one day you'll hear something like this, or hear me, or hear this. Do not stop. In fact, increase the intensity. You have a lot riding on your shoulders. You can single-handedly save this show because there is nothing entertaining or exciting about anything else. Greg and Chris are so lucky that they picked you. And I don't think it was by design, but do not stop allowing your personality to do its thing. Because if not for you, holy shit, they are sunk. So keep at it, I say. And don't sell yourself short. You should be running a fucking show. Don't fucking... Hey, I'll tell you this right now. You're doing the heavy lifting. They're on your back. You are carrying those motherfuckers, and they should compensate you accordingly. You should make the same that they make. And I know that they sit in the neighborhood of $500,000 a year. That's what I made, and that was 7 years ago. Now, I know that radio's taking a real hit, but don't forget, these guys have multiple revenue streams. There's a syndicated show. They should be making that. They should be making a lot more, actually. So fuck that. All right. I have big news today. And by the way, so that's recording today. Ben and I are recording. Who are these free beers today? We have some NFK news to report. Queen of the Forest purchased a new throne for King NFK Baratheon. Some of you may get that reference. This NFK report brought to you by Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. So I go pick up this chair. The old one has been there for years. And it's actually ripped. He's ripped through the leather. It's a real shit show. We get the chair. It's in the back of my truck. He doesn't even know he has it. Till yesterday, I go, hey, guess what? Got you a new chair. And he looked at me like, huh? And I couldn't tell if he was happy or shocked and like, oh my God, you did something for me, which I do stuff for him all the time. I'm not sure where he was on this, but he was like, what? I go, yeah. And I wanted to make sure that, because it's exactly like the one he has, it's just not destroyed and doesn't smell like feces. I go, yeah, it's just like that one, but it's black leather. It's in the back of my truck. Dan and I are going to put it in there. He's like, oh, thank you. Everybody thought that we got him a new toilet. No. An actual chair. Today, though, he wakes up, and I've never seen this. I've never seen this one happen, because he's known for doing things like this where he'll be seated in his chair. And by the way, I forgot to tell you this. We have Dear Meathead happening in moments. Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic inbox. Now, I take it back. It's Shoreliner Striping inbox. Send a question, Eric at ericzaneshow.com for Dad. He'll sit down in the chair and then get up, get the iced coffee, sit down, get up, get the water, sit down, get up, put a frozen meal in the microwave, sit down, get up, go to the bathroom, sit down, get up, go to the other bathroom, sit down. Today, this is the first, so I've never seen this. He woke up, and I think I had an idea he was grumpy, because typically when he wakes and I say, hey, Kevy, good morning. He'll go, good morning, Eric. Like with that tone. Today, I said, good morning, Kevy. And he goes, good morning, Eric. I go, oh, something's going on. Something's going on. From there, he walks out of the bedroom into the bathroom just off of his bedroom. And then he walks out of the bathroom and goes to another bathroom. Now, you might be like, well, maybe he... No. There is no explanation. He walked to one bathroom, did something in the bathroom, and then walked 30 feet to another bathroom. What is going on there? Linda says it's going to be tough for him to break in the new chair. The old one conformed to his body. Oh, yeah. It's like that lady who was so fat, she sat in that chair, and the chair actually grafted to her body like the absorbing man. The first responders had to, like, chip away chair off of her fat ass. You remember that story? Chair grafts to obese woman. Horrifying story of 34th Street woman who died with her skin fused to the sofa after sitting there for 6 years. Yeah, there's even a clip or a picture of it. She sat there for so long. There's an old character in Marvel comic books called the Absorbing Man. He has no shirt on. He wields a wrecking ball. He touches you and he absorbs your powers. She was like the Absorbing Man. Holy fuck. All right, enough of that. So, and then he also has lately, when he talks to the TV, just to fuck with him, I'll go, what was that? Like I'm acting like I think he was talking to me. And he'll go, oh, nothing. I was just talking to the TV. Because he's always giving it the finger and telling it to go fuck off. And I come around the corner and downstairs, and I hear, fuck. Like he dropped a big F-bomb. I look, and he's leaning over the chair, giving the finger to a piece of food on the ground. And he's having tuna noodle casserole at 7:15 in the morning. And it's fallen off the fork and is on the ground. And he gives it the piece of food on the ground, the finger, and then picks it up off of the floor. Yes, right in his mouth. And I go, I see it all happen. I go, what's up? And he goes, he doesn't say anything. And I think he knew he was caught. I go, he goes, nothing. I go, oh, I thought I heard you say fuck. He goes, yeah, I was talking to the food. It fell on the ground. I'm like, holy shit. Chris writes, fuck you, tuna noodle casserole, motherfucker. It's like that kid yesterday, that video of that kid. That's what Ryan just wrote. He was cussing at the noodle like the kid was the screen door. Yes, bitch. Bitch. He gave the finger to hot tuna noodle casserole at 7:30 in the morning, picked it up off the floor, and fucking ate it. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. I'm telling you, that's why I wrote it when I took Kenny's thing that he sent. I wrote archival footage of the NFK. It's so true. Donut Dance's 5-second rule. Yeah, I don't think 5-second rule applies to tuna noodle. That's like a Dorito. You could do that. All right. That's a lot to process on this open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. We've covered a lot of ground. If you have a question for Dad on Dear Meathead, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I see Matt K has one. Mark R. has one. Jason Bennett, no relation to Jacob Bennett, has a couple. Thank you. One of which is so sweet. Nathan has sent one along. If you have a question, send it along, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Anyway, don't forget patreon.com/Eric Zane. Taking a couple days off for the 3 days off for the Memorial Day holiday on Patreon. You will have the usual things released because I, worked ahead and scheduled. Thursday, the Insane Asylum will drop, scheduled. Friday, scheduled Lost Zane recordings. You will also have the audio versions of Who Are These Zanes, Who Are These Free Beers, and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Those will drop accordingly because I can work ahead by myself and get all this done. And you'll also have something to listen to while I'm away. That's a show that I just added on Patreon. If you know, you know. Let's keep that between us, shall we? Something to listen to while I'm away on Patreon. Fresh shows on Tuesday. Anyway, patreon.com/Eric Zane, P-A-T, P as in Paul, A-T as in Tom, R-E-O-N. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. For $5 or $10 a month, you can get hours and hours of content each week, I should say. Some Patreons are like, 2 bonus shows a month. I do like 12 or more shows a week on Patreon. And I'm really, really trying to make a push before the end of May to get back to 200. Baby steps. I want to get back to 200. Then I want to get to half of my all-time high. My all-time high is 455, which would mean I would need, what? 427 and a half. I'm sorry, 227 and a half. So the goal is get back to 200. $5 or $10 a month. I suggest you throw $5 at it and just try it for 1 month. And then after you sign up, cancel it. Because in the event you do not like it, I wouldn't feel right if you then got charged because you forgot to cancel it. You'll get that whole month because you already paid for it. It's not like when you cancel it, you no longer have access to the content. Only a shithead operation would do that to people who've paid money. Like, if you're an operation, and you call yourself the Free Beer and Hot Wing Show, and you sign up for a month, and then you don't like it, and cancel it 5 days later, you're supposed to get the rest of that month. Not with them. They wipe you out even though you paid for it. You cannot access the content. What the fuck are you people doing over there? How can I master this from a room above my garage? And all you morons can't seem to get shit right. With all of your you rich fucks. How is that even possible? Jesus. Fucking get your head out of your ass. I'll tell you what, hire me to be your fucking coach. I'll straighten your fucking asses out real good. Other than the piece of shit that you have now who just is a yes man and tells you how great you're doing, playing the prep service. Losers. Anyway, sign up, patreon.com/Eric Zane. After you cancel it and then enjoy it, sign up again. Sign up for a year and I will reduce what you pay. I'll take 10% off. It's the best bargain on Patreon. No one gives you more on the platform than me. Underprice, over-deliver. That's it. That's how we do it. It helps keep the lights on, ad-free, listener-supported Patreon. It's how I feed my family. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. I am sitting pretty at 194 patron members now. I am trying to get to 200 by the end of May. Thank you. For you folks watching on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I must say goodbye to you now. Thank you for being here, though. If you want the full show, go to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, and follow the page. Or download the Twitch app, search Eric Zane Live, and then you're all good. There you go. Download the audio podcast wherever you download shows. In fact, if you get the show via Twitch and you do not subscribe to an audio platform version of this show, please do that. That helps me. Go to whatever platform you like, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Twatter, Fucker, and subscribe to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Email me on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you have any questions, comments, or complaints. I love to get the email. Thank you. Don't be shy.